June 28th, 1942. 371 days into the invasion of the Soviet Union, and it's the same drill all over again. If last week the Germans surrounded a big chunk of the Red Army west of the Don Bend, this week the infantry of the 6th and 17th Army marches on to convince the entrapped troops to either surrender or resist and be sent to a much better place. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new weekly episode of War in the East 2. This could be, might be, and maybe will be the last episode in which I'm recording this kind of pre-introduction before the episode, because I'm planning to resume the split episodes, the 2 episodes per week, in which I'm now focusing on one episode on the development of Army Group South, and in the other episode on the development of the, let's say, Coastal Command as of now renamed, which will become Army Group A in the near future. And the reason is very simple, because considering the previous pocket, the Kharkiv-Voronezh pocket, considering now this pocket, I noticed one thing when scrolling the map to have a look at the front line. And as you can see, the Red Army seems to be running low on troops. And I think that the Torzhok pocket this winter and this I won't say huge, but this dense pocket here, and now this encirclement here, have stretched the Red Army to its maximum limits. Now, this is to say, this could be kind of misleading, also because if I look at the map, total manpower for on the map, like the Soviets had a negative peak, and now they seem to be recovering again. And also what I noticed is that the Stavka, or the Soviet AI, is now spamming rifle corps at will. Like here I have one, the 31st, here I have 2 of them actually, oh my god. here there is one, the 17th, here there is another one, the 22nd, look at this defense, it's 129, oh my god. Here we have like 1 rifle and 1 tank corps, here we have a guards rifle corps and 1 cavalry corps. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this, 93 of attack and 281 of defense. I need to surround these guys as soon as I possibly can. And here they have like 2 more rifle corps. Here there's another one, another one here, one here, and you know, I think that the AI could just be clustering together rifle divisions into individual rifle corps, but still it's also quite telling that in many sectors of the front there are either no troops, or as you can see here, there is just a unit per tile, which is also here like the 18th Airborne Brigade is, say, kind of quite telling about how many troops the Soviets could have in reserve. And so, yeah, I mean, this is kind of, let's say, making me confident, and it could provide me like a window of opportunity to really to end the campaign this year, ideally by August or September or October, by the latest. And so the plan is now to redeploy the 6th Army into the Don Bend over here and reinforce and spread the 4th Panzer Army onto the flanks here. And then with the 4th Panzer Army, I would like to surround the Soviet troops facing Stalingrad and then annihilate them with the help of the 6th Army. At the same time, I would like to regroup the 1st Panzer Army and concentrate the 17th Army in this sector here, and then start pushing into the Caucasus towards Krasnodar, and then follow the railway line towards Grozny, and then finally Baku. This is the plan. Will it work? I don't know. Do I have a chance of victory? Hopefully, yes. And yeah. Having said that, folks, oh yeah, just one last thing. Like, I noticed that the 22nd Air Landing Division should be redeployed to the Balkans. Now, because I have already wiped out Tito, and I think that the 22nd was even sent to Greece, if I'm not mistaken. Given that, I think it would be fair enough to assume that the Germans would have not moved the 22nd Air Landing Division into the Balkans. And so I'm doing something that I never done before, but I like to clear the transfer schedules of the 22nd Air Landing Division. These folks remain here on the Eastern Front. And having said that, folks, I thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I wish you all the best and enjoy the episode, and I'll see you all again, as always, next week. And events-wise, okay, so this is just the morale reduction, so now the Germans will have the standard morale. And I think in 2 weeks the Soviets will also get their no step back, so we'll see what will happen when the Soviet morale will increase. But enough talking now, folks, enjoy the episode, and I'll see you all again next week. Alright folks, so this will be the shortest voice-over commentary ever, for the only reason that my voice is not in the best shape. You might not hear it, but trust me, I feel it. And so I don't want to stretch it too much, also because I have to record multiple episodes either tonight or tomorrow as well. And so very briefly, what you will witness in this episode is the complete collapse of the Middle Don pocket. I will publish the losses of the Red Army in the description, because I forgot to check them while recording this episode. I apologize about that, but still, I was quite satisfied that in witnessing the Red Army collapse under the heavy, let's say, punches of the 4th Panzer Army, of the 17th Army, of the 6th Army, and of the 1st Panzer Army. I must say, my original plans of redeploying the 4th Panzer Army and concentrating the 1st Panzer Army towards the area of Rostov kind of failed, because I simply didn't have enough movement points to assign all of the troops of the 4th Panzer Army to the southernmost edge of the new front line, and so I kept the 4th Panzer Army north, let's say close to the I would call it the northern Don, while the 1st Panzer Army at the end of the turn of the week was still spread along the front line of the Middle Don and towards the lower Don. And I would say yes, this is already, let's say, a big spoiler of what you will see later on in the video. And, well, as always, since I am not really feeling too well with my voice, folks, I apologize in advance for this, but I really, as I said, I don't want to stretch it too much. And, yeah, here we go again. I already spoken too much. As always, folks, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your support. I wish you all the best, and well, I hope to see you all again next week with a relatively longer voiceover commentary. As always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all again in the next episode.